Hi, and welcome everybody for this webinar. We'll see how to easily deploy a custom CRM online with the tool RapidStart CRM and how resellers can simply add it to their portfolio. I'm your host, Cyril Correa, Product Manager at SherWeb for Microsoft Dynamics 365 product. And today we have a guest, Steve Mordu, CEO at Forceworks. Hi, Steve.
Hey, Cyril, how are you?
Good. Thank you very much to be here today.
No problem.
This webinar is being recording. It's sent it to you. You will receive the link in the next 48 hours. There is a box for asking questions built into the webinar software. So if you have any question, please don't hesitate and we'll answer your question at the end of this session. That being said, let's get started right now with the agenda. So we'll have a quick overview of Dynamics CRM Online. Then we'll show you how to custom CRM Online with RapidStart CRM. We're going to speak about how to resell CRM Online with a simple speech. Then I'm going to present you a RapidStart promotion for your internal use. Then we'll show you what kind of value you have with CRM Online and RapidStart. And we'll do a question and answer question. CRM is a big change for a company, so we need to approach them with something easy to understand. There is a sentence that I like. If you are speaking about managing opportunities and creating the best customer experience, you are talking about CRM. Keep that in mind. CRM is all about customer experience. So the idea is that it's a solution that helps you to manage and improve sales and marketing. The idea, of course, is to reduce the cost, but the first idea is to improve the service. So that's the reason that you want this kind of solution. We're going to see the main functionalities of the full CRM Online. See CRM Online as a Swiss Army knife. You know, there is plenty of functionalities. We're going to see on the next slides that for SMBs, you don't need all of them. But I want you to understand what are the capacity of the tool. So the main things, like we say, is customer engagement. So with customer engagement, you can get the information organization to deliver a great experience. So the first module is opportunity management. It's the one that you know under as well sales automation. So there you can manage customers' deals in one place. You can create lead, convert them to opportunity, all these kind of things that the sales need to do to close the deal. The second module is customer care services. There you can deliver self-assisted and on-site services. The main functionalities are cases, so you can follow, you have knowledge base, and you have service calendar. The third one is marketing automation. This is a solution for marketing operation, planning and execution. The main functionalities are campaign and leads. The last one is social media insight. That's kind of new. Today's customers are looking on internet to know about products. So the idea on this one is that you can connect on social media with your customers. What I mean is that you can make a research on post about your product, and you can easily see who is giving positive and negative posts. And like that, you can easily make the right action to be sure that your product has a good image on the net. The second pillar of this solution is the team productivity. That is one of the great functionality of CRM Online, the Microsoft version, is that you can get the same experience on your tablet, on your laptop, or on your phone. The last one is the business insight. Okay, now that you have a lot of information in one place, let's use it. So you're going to get dashboard, you're going to get reports, and with those you can analyze your business and understand how to improve it. So on the next slide, we're going to see what means CRM Online for SMBs. They don't need all functionalities, okay? So let's focus on what is important. A number that is good to know, more than 40% of SMB are using cloud-based CRM. Just because it's more cost-effective, flexible, easier, and faster to deploy. So the main function that they use is the opportunity management. So that's really the sales one. So with this one, you can give employees a centralized source with all customer information in one place. Everybody is using a familiar tool like Outlook, Excel, so you don't need that much training for them. Because of the integration with Office 365, you can easily connect with your customers, with your peers. You can review the day plan, and you can review customer information. You can use Outlook and CRM together for scheduling, tracking, and email customers. And your sales follow the business process that you define. That is very important things. So it helps employees to be more productive and consistent, to provide a consistent experience for customers. Again, the mobile productivity, connect anywhere with tablets and phone. Today, more than 50% of SMB are saying that it's critical for business growth. So once again, a big differentiator. And the last one is the business insight. You can use dashboard, you can use reports, and understand the information that you have. To give you an example, let's say that you have to prepare for a sales meeting. You can go in the sales management dashboard. You're going to open opportunities. Then you identify which one are critical. Then you can check the status and try to understand what you can do to improve and what you can do to close this deal. A very nice feature as well that they provide is the inside view. So you go in your contact, you see Mark. You just click on Mark and you can get information about his company. You can know that there are 50 employees, they are focused on manufacturing, and like that you can really prepare for your next meeting with them. So one of the big differentiator with CRM Online, the Microsoft, is the integration. All the other tools, there is good tools, but none can compete with the integration. So with an Office 365 and Dynamics together, Dynamics CRM, you get all the tools. So from Outlook and from OWA, you can easily see the customer information. You can access opportunities, leads. You're going to be able to connect on Yammer and update your team, all those things together. So on the next slide, I'm going to show you kind of a path that show all the tools and integration that they bring together. So let's say that you are on the go. You are receiving an email from Mark. You want more news about your last product, and it might be interesting to buy you 5 printers, let's say. So from your phone, you can just track the email that is going to CRM Online. Then you can just call him with Skype or other technology, taking notes, update your team. With Delve, you can even find what documents are relevant that are already there for you. Then you can create your proposal with Word, generate the code with CRM Online, and just manage your pipeline with CRM Online. Just to give you, integration is really the big difference with Microsoft, and it's something that we need to use and something that we need to explain to our customer. Just to finish with this overview before we go into the how to custom CRM Online, I want to show you the license that you can get. So the basic one, that is the light user one, is essential. So that's really for people that they just need access to activities, management, and feeds. The basic one, so if an employee need to access accounts, contact, leads, and reporting, is not going to get admin right with this one. Then you have the professional one. That's really the recommended one for sales team and administrator. So it's full capabilities. You get access to workflow, marketing, and all the functionalities. If you have Office 365, you can get professional add-on. The idea here is that you're going to combine both license and you're going to get a very good deal. So now that you have an overview of CRM, I will give the mic to Steve, that is going to present to us the RapidStart CRM tool and the functionality that you get on CRM Online.
Excellent setup, an explanation of CRM for partners. We're thrilled to be allied with SherWeb in really trying to bring this product across Canada and other parts of the world. We started out as a CRM partner originally with Salesforce about 15 years ago, shortly after they launched that product. Moved over to Microsoft when they moved Dynamics CRM into the cloud. So we had the benefit of hundreds of CRM deployments, many for SMB customers over the years, and really learned a lot along the way about how to be successful with that SMB customer. We're looking right now at the out of the box as delivered by Microsoft product. And Microsoft has one product, it's CRM Online, and it is available, the exact same product, to enterprise companies or small businesses, same product. And the challenge with the small business in particular is that this product can be quite overwhelming. Cyril covered a couple of the ideas of some things that can be done, and believe me, he's really just peeled back the edge of what's capable in CRM. And while that may be great news for some companies, for the SMB, that can be quite intimidating. And this was a focus that Microsoft wanted us to see if we could go after and solve for. And we have done so here in the United States very successfully, and are now looking forward to spreading the same process into Canada through SherWeb. So I'll just give you a real quick high level of really what the problem is. We're looking at a fancy little dashboard, and we've got some nice charts and graphs, nothing too scary here. But when that SMB customer clicks into the navigation and they're seeing these 5 top-level areas of stuff, so far still so good, but then when they're clicking into something like sales, what they've considered to be a fairly simple part of their business, there's an awful lot of options that are being displayed to them around sales. There's more around service, there's even more around marketing, settings. Many of these lead to yet more options of menus, so the project feels like the product feels like a very big product. And very often that SMB customer, frankly, is intimidated right here. This product is too big for me. And that's not just the SMB customer, that's the partner trying to sell it. If you're not a CRM partner, and I noticed many of you mentioned that you were not, you are actually the target that this particular approach that I'm going to show you was designed for. Microsoft would like every one of their partners to be selling CRM, but frankly, you've got other things you're doing. You're involved with Office 365, managed services, maybe some Azure. CRM is just one more thing that you feel you need to learn, and there's no time to go learn it in order to be comfortable to sell it. And so Microsoft really wanted us to help see if we can short circuit that whole process. So the way we did that is in a couple of ways. We built a model that we call RapidStart, and it's available to you through SherWeb for you to sell alongside of CRM to your end customer. And the goal of RapidStart is to give you a way to sell CRM to that customer without having to hire anyone or learn anything about CRM, and for that customer to be able to get a usable system up off the ground, successfully generating an ROI with user adoption quickly. So I'm going to jump over to a version of CRM that has gone through our model, and it doesn't look a lot different at the surface. We've just jumped over. The only way I really know, frankly, is by the green header, which I put in there just so I know when I've switched environments. Scrolling down, seeing similar nifty charts and graphs, but where I'll see the difference is when I jump into the navigation. So where before I had 75 items presented to me across that navigation, we've narrowed that down for that new customer to this. We've really laid a filter over the power of CRM, pushed a lot of the advanced stuff and enterprise stuff into the background, and brought to the foreground stuff that new customer can see, understand, and not be intimidated by. So this is the extent of the navigation for that new customer. There's nothing in here that's intimidating them. They're seeing leads, opportunities, contacts, accounts, nothing scary there. I know competitors. I understand everything I'm looking at here. So that's part of the approach is let's simplify this navigation. Another part of the approach is, and this is for the end customer's benefit as much as the partner's benefit, your customer who buys CRM online from you doesn't know how to use it. It's somewhat intuitive, but they're not going to be very efficient with it without maybe some sort of training or someone to help them. And that's not something that you may not be comfortable providing that help. That's not something we want them to have to pay for. So we approach that by building, and anywhere in CRM, they'll see this little button that says RapidStart CRM, and I'll click on that to show you kind of what this is all about. So this is our integrated training solution. So anywhere in CRM, they can click on that button. It brings up this kind of dashboard of some high-level categories of things they may want to do in CRM. And within each of these categories, like let's take leads and opportunities, maybe a typical thing a new customer might want to do. We got about a dozen topics in here. Let's go to the very first one there, how to create a lead. Brand new to the system, I don't know how to create a lead. And I'm not going to play this because you probably guys won't hear the video or the audio, but essentially this is about a 30 to 90 second video. This is CRM 101. This is taking that brand new user who doesn't know what to do, maybe he's remote, whatever, and he's able to, on his own, within CRM, learn how to use CRM. I can tell you from looking at the metrics behind this solution, and there's about 80 videos in this library covering all sorts of things new users want to do. Looking at the metrics behind this solution, we see these new customers are heavy users of this tool in the first 30 days, a little less in the next 30, and by 90 days, they're not using it very much at all, and that's perfect. That tells us it did exactly what we wanted it to do. It got the users to learn CRM on their own without having to engage you with questions you're not comfortable answering or engage expensive training. So just another tool to make it easier for you to sell this to your customers. I'll jump over to a lead record. We're really focusing on the sales side. Certainly other parts can be opened up over time with a customer, but our goal with RapidStart is not just deployment. Our goal is I want to reach customer adoption. I want their users in that customer organization using CRM as quickly and as inexpensively as possible. Because once we get them there, now the sky's the limit of what we might be able to do with that customer, but we want to get them paying for that subscription quickly and getting enough value that they continue to pay that subscription every month. And so we really have approached it from that standpoint and simplified everything, including the forms. So we're focused primarily in this model around sales, managing leads, turning them into opportunities, working that business card collection through to the cash deposit in the bank, which is what most SMBs are coming in the door looking for with CRM. And most CRM deployments, no matter how evolved they end up being over time, they all really start on these foundational bricks. So we're really focusing on let's get those bricks right. So we've customized the forms that they're looking at to make them easier to use, easier to understand than the out-of-the-box forms. We've eliminated enterprise stuff that wouldn't make any sense for that new customer, even if they're a large customer. Our goal is to get them using something simple, and we can always come back later and add more capability. And I won't go into a lot of details of how CRM works. That's not critical for you guys to sell it. It's just kind of understanding. We've gone ahead and installed while we're in here some additional capabilities that Microsoft has made available. This particular one here, if I create a new lead in CRM and maybe all I know is the name of a company, I can use this tool that's baked right into the product. No additional cost from CRM on a professional license, which your sellers typically would have. And this tool is going to go out and search some 30,000 web sources, Hoovers, LinkedIn, etc., and try and find information about this lead and bring it back to me. Think of it as kind of like you going out and doing a Google search or a LinkedIn search or whatever to try and find information, but this is baked right into the product. And then with one button over here, I can synchronize all that information into this record. While it's out there looking for information about the company, it's also looking for people. And I can see lots of people here with this company. Maybe I'm looking for somebody who has a particular title that I sell to. Maybe it's this guy. And with one button, I can synchronize that. So think about that. In about 30 seconds, without knowing anything more than the name of a company, I was able to find out all the information I need to about that company and an individual at that company that I want to be trying to sell my services to. And I'm either going to Now with this information, I'm either going to go after this lead hard because this is a good one for me, or maybe I'm going to realize after I got all this information, they're not really a prospect for me at all, and I'll clear them out of the system and get them out of my hair. While we're under the hood with RapidStart, we're also going to go ahead and install the Bing Maps. This is a fully interactive, map. I can zoom in, out. I can double-click, take me out to the full Bing map experience if I want. And then I've got some areas here for custom fields and ways to really make this thing fit their business. So at this stage, what we provided for that end customer, through SherWeb for you, is a simplified environment, an easier to use UI, baked in training to get them off the ground, and some high value add-ons that Microsoft has made available at no cost, like the Bing Maps and the Insights. What we haven't done yet is make it fit their particular business. And they may be fine with it right out of the box, but most customers are going to look at, different fields that are provided and think, some of these don't fit my business. Some of them maybe I'd like to change. Here, this industry list, maybe that's not the industries I deal in. And there's stuff missing that I'm going to want. Same thing with this little guided process, which we don't have time in this webinar to dive in deeply, but it's basically their sales process brought up at the top of the record. And these steps that Microsoft has suggested out of the box, might not be their steps. So they're going to want to take this and make it fit their business. This is a part that scares non-CRM partners, is that, oh my goodness, they're going to call me up and want to make changes, and I have not learned the platform, and I'm not going to, so I won't be able to help them get that thing off the ground. So we built this middleware portal, really, which is designed for closing that gap without requiring any consulting. Down the left-hand side, we've got a series of what we call wizards that, in addition to the solutions we've installed on that tenant, kind of complete the process of making it fit their business. I'll show you a quick example of one. Here's a wizard for setting up their accounts. This is the companies that they do business with. We've got help all over this thing. There's a helper panel here they can slide in. But basically what happens here is, we go through this wizard and just modify CRM to fit the business. Here's an out-of-the-box field for SIC code. Maybe I don't care about that. Maybe I don't care about the ticker symbol. I've got a primary address called primary address. Maybe I'd rather call it HQ. I can add a secondary address, same with phone numbers. Here's that industry list. Maybe in my market, I don't call it industry, I call it sector. And these options over here from Microsoft don't make any sense. I'm just going to delete those and add my own. I also have the ability down here to add up to a dozen completely custom fields that Microsoft didn't think of that are unique to my business. I give it a name, pick the kind of data type, pretty straightforward, maybe another pick list, add my options, looks good, add another one, and so on and so forth. So you can see by the time they get through this process, in addition to the other thing, this has become a highly verticalized custom deployment for that end customer without you requiring to have any CRM knowledge or understanding at all about the product. So that's kind of the high level through that. If you want to switch us back, Cyril, to the deck, I'll go through those last two slides and hand it back to you. All right. So I guess for a non-CRM partner that is thinking about CRM, and the reasons you would be thinking about it, some of which Cyril covered, obviously competitive forces, you don't want someone else coming in that door and maybe elbowing you out. The biggest challenge for you, and it's been a challenge for US partners as well that aren't in the CRM space, is I'm not comfortable selling CRM. It's too big, it's a monster product, lots of things I could never, I'm just not going to be comfortable trying to explain all those things. But if you look at selling CRM online through the filter of our RapidStart model, that conversation gets pretty simple. It really boils down to this. We're talking about leads. Every customer has leads. Maybe they don't call them leads, whatever they call them, but if you don't have leads, you're not going to be in business very long. And every customer has some process, or maybe it's a spreadsheet, or they have some way of trying to push those leads into opportunities, which is real deals. These are people that are negotiating a contract with to try and buy my products or services. In the process of doing that, the whole goal is to try to get cash in the bank. This is not a foreign conversation for any customer. in the process of creating those opportunities, they're also going to be creating accounts, businesses that they deal with, and contacts at those accounts, the people they deal with. There's no rocket science to any of this right here, and then their goal is just to repeat that process. So this is the entire conversation around CRM with that small business customer is let's take what you're doing right now, and you're doing some form of this right now, even you partners are doing some form of this right now, and let's apply a platform that's designed for managing that and making that efficient and making that effective. And that's really the sales conversation with that small business customer around CRM. Plenty of time down the road for them to explore other things CRM may be able to do, but this can be a pretty easy conversation if you kind of keep it focused on these steps. Got one more slide I'm going to go through. We kind of call this, by the way, the COLA entities. It's the contacts, opportunities, leads, and accounts. There's slang for it because it's a pretty common way for people to engage with CRM is just around this COLA entities. So, what we'd like to see you guys do is really start today. I mean, you can. There's no reason at all for you not to be selling CRM online using this process. We've eliminated all of the challenges. And our recommendation, and this is actually based on success of U.S. partners and looking back and seeing how they have gone about being successful with CRM using RapidStart. They really start with their existing customers. These are people you already have a relationship with. You can pick up the phone and say, hey, what are your thoughts around CRM? How are you guys managing your lead pipeline? What's your visibility? Do you have any idea, what kind of work you have coming? How comfortable are you in those numbers? It's a pretty easy conversation to get off the ground with someone and obviously if they're your customers, they'll give you a little leeway if you don't know all the buzzwords. You really want to sell around lead and opportunity management. There's a lot of stuff CRM can do, but the weeds can get pretty deep there pretty quick. So I just focus on that top level stuff. There's plenty of value for those customers there. I'd be selling this land and expand strategy, which is let's start small and just get in these basic functionality. Can always explore stuff later. When a customer starts asking about doing other things later, yep, all that is possible. Let's explore that later, but let's get adoption first to make sure you're successful. And don't oversell too early. We have seen where partners have asked me to sit on a phone call with them when they talk to a customer, and they're talking about all sorts of complex, and we can use Azure Service Bus to connect this, and before you know it, the customers just spun themselves in a circle, and the partners talk themselves right out of a deal. We obviously would like for you to use the RapidStart model. This entire process can be deployed in days. Certainly within a week from the time you sell to a customer, they could have a usable CRM system in their hand. It'll be customized to fit their business with that baked-in training, and there's a low upfront cost on this compared to any other way of getting CRM off the ground for that customer through SherWeb. And then from there, depending on your appetite, there's plenty of opportunities to start upselling that customer from the CRM side. I mean, you could certainly sell CRM to your Office 365 customer, but you could just as easily go out there with a promotion around CRM and have people come in that door, and then you're bringing in Office 365 or some of these other services. And some of these things are pretty straightforward, like customization of CRM, moving some fields around, which is a common thing customers might want to do. We got a video in there. Any partner out there you're in the technology business, you could figure out how to do some of that light customization very easily. There's add-ons like SharePoint and stuff like that are pretty easy to add on. If you wanted to get involved in in-person training, if you want to go down that path, that's an option. If you wanted to provide administrative support, adding a user, changing roles in CRM, pretty simple task that you could charge a customer for. And if you get real brave, there's some opportunities to upsell more complex solutions, third-party solutions. You could get into building workflows, integrations, everything else. All depends on how deep you want to get into that space. But sky's the limit. Lots of stuff, lots of directions to take that stuff. So I'm going to turn it back to Cyril to go through the promotion.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
So, as Steve said, he showed you that the product, the final CRM Online it's very simple for SMB. It shows you that you have a wizard that's very easy to use. You can make some customization. So because we agree that CRM Online has to fit the business, okay? So it shows you that, and it shows you that with the Cole, it's kind of easy to have a conversation about CRM, even if you are not an expert. Like we see before in the poll, most of you don't have CRM for yourself. And from what you say, there is an opportunity for you to grow your business internally. There is a way for you to, if you can sell it to you, to your customers, sell it for yourself as well. You know, there is functionality that you can use. So we are running a promotion. This promotion, pretty easy. It's for partners that they are going to buy RapidStart CRM for them internal use. So if you buy it for yourself, your initial cost is going to be 50% of the partner price. And as soon as you sell a deployment of RapidStart CRM to one of your customers, we're going to refund you. So you are just going to get an implementation for free. So like I was saying to you, it's a great tool to improve your business. And as well, it's going to be way easier to sell it to your customers because you can say, hey, I'm using it myself. It's a great tool. Since I'm using, we improve sales, blah, blah, blah. So I really think that you should think about this opportunity. It's a great tool, and with this promotion, it will cost you anything. So let's see quickly a few, adding CRM to your portfolio is going to bring to you. So first of all, CRM is really a growing market. Salesforce, Microsoft, they invest a lot because Gartner is saying that SMBs, they are going to adopt it, and it's the right place to be. The second point is like retention of your current customer base. If you don't want to sell CRM to your customers, someone else will do it. So just be there first. As we show you, it's pretty easy. You don't need to become an expert. So be there, add it in your portfolio. If we need help, you need help, we are here. We can answer your question. We have tools that can help you. So like we say as well, it's a natural extension of Office 365. Probably you manage to have your customers using it. If they're using Office 365, the solution they're going to use, pretty sure, is the CRM Online from Microsoft. So just making sense, maybe start with your customer that are already Office 365. There is a good pricing for professional add-on on this one. And the last one, build new monthly recurrence and increase average revenue per user. Some benefits that you have if you work with us, if you work with SherWeb. You still benefit from Microsoft Revenue Recognition. So that means that when you sign up, or when you are going to sign up, you're going to add your MPN ID, so your Microsoft Partner Network ID. That means that Microsoft will recognize that you sell the product. So you can get incentives, you can get competencies like silver, gold, get certification, all these kind of things. And as well, if you are still an existing Microsoft advisor or an open subscription, you can easily move with us. So just call your account manager. He's going to be more than happy to explain to you how to do it. Few slides on SherWeb, then after we'll go to the question and answer session. Just kind of a refresher about our one-stop shop for cloud services. You all know the Office 365 and Hosted Exchange, but you can as well get compliance archiving, SharePoint backup, and other products. You can see Dynamics 365. For the month, it's only CRM Online, but pretty soon, November 1st, as you heard on internet, it's going to be other product, and SherWeb will be ready for this new release. As well, you might not know, but we're doing infrastructure as a service. In our own data center, we have cloud servers, and we are as well offering Azure servers. So why to go with SherWeb? I was recently speaking with a partner, and was saying to me that he was with another big distributor, and every time he had a question, it was taking weeks. His customers were getting angry, all these kind of things. We are not like the others. If you come with us, you have a personal experience. What do I mean is like you're going to have a dedicated account manager. We care about our partners, so you can get on-demand trainings. Our sales engineer and support are certified. You can get, we have something that we call the partner toolbox. So, okay, you might not be a CRM expert, but in our toolbox, you're going to find content to sell and market it, how to pitch it, how to present it. So that's really a great resource for you. You have as well access to our integrated provisioning tool that we call Cumulus. There you can easily instant provision products. You can automate provisioning and billing and manage the monthly billing. And of course, our premium support, that's a big difference compared to all the competitors. It's a 24/7, 365 bilingual support. We have a great NPS over 75. It's way above industry average. And as well, we have a response time of 40 seconds. So what is the next step for you? As you can see, the product is pretty easy. If you didn't sign up, of course, sign up. It's taking just a few minutes, doesn't cost you anything. You're going to get access to our pricing, get access to our tool. Then, even if you are already one of our partners, just go to the partner toolbox. You're going to see that we already have a lot of content. We're going to bring more and more content. And there you can get marketing, sales tools that's really going to help you. Then if you have any question, give a call or send an email to your account rep. He's going to be happy to help you. And if he doesn't have the answer, you'll just connect with us or other expert that they can answer your question. And of course, start to speak about CRM. Even maybe not selling it, just maybe start to speak about it, you know. A lot of customers, they heard about it. They might not know that you are going to provide it, so just speak about it. So we are now going to the question and answer session. Just give me a few seconds to review it.
Yeah, Cyril, I would also want to put a real bullet point on one of the things you mentioned earlier about partners that are currently transacting in advisor model in WebDirect, and not just related to CRM if they're doing anything there, but any of the products that they're selling through that model. Microsoft has stopped paying partners incentives through that model. And I think a lot of partners may not even be aware of this unless they've really been paying attention, but they really want you to move to the model that SherWeb is offering and purchase these products through SherWeb instead. And one of the ways they're really trying to get partners to go that direction is by eliminating the revenue they used to pay you for selling in WebDirect. So anybody that's on WebDirect selling anything right now should strongly be looking at moving all of those motions through SherWeb instead, so that you can generate revenue on those sales as opposed to just your services around them.
Thank you, Steve. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a couple of questions. One of it is, can I mix licensing? The answer is yes. You can have a professional and basic license at the same time. Another question that's more about the RapidStart. Just let me see. Yeah, about the wizard. Who should fill in the wizard? We strongly recommend that is the end user because he's the one that know the business. Of course, if you want to keep ownership, you can do it yourself and assist him.
Yeah, we have seen partners do it both ways, and we've seen some partners that even themselves offer it differently depending on the customer. The total turnkey is the end customer does the wizards. Partner doesn't have to do anything but sell it then. But if a customer feels comfortable, they could maybe do the wizards on behalf of the customer, review them with the customer, and it's an opportunity maybe to charge some additional services above and beyond the RapidStart for some value-added services they're providing, if they're comfortable providing those value-added services. But they don't need to. They could just push it straight through and let the customer do it themselves. It was designed for an end customer to be able to successfully do it. and we've had hundreds of them successfully get through the model and get CRM deployed.
Yeah, that's great. A last question, are you going to sell Dynamics 365? The answer is yes. We're going to be there on November 1st. There's going to be some change on the product, so we're going to run a webinar just a bit before to give you more content. And if you are curious, we're going to have, of course, some blogs and our website. So just follow what we're saying about it, and we'll be there on November 1st. So thank you very much, everyone, to join us today. It was a great pleasure to present you CRM, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.